But what would happen if we had a really effective treatment for some of the people that are in the hospital because of COVID-19? One of the things that we see in COVID-19, people with issues with their lungs, there is a new treatment that is in the works. They're still in the trial phase, but it looks promising. Let's speak to one of the doctors involved, in fact, leading this charge. It's Dr. Jean Bourbeau, a senior investigator and director of the McConnell Center of Innovative Medicine at the Research Institute of the MUHC. Dr. Bourbeau, thank you for coming onto the program.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Let's talk about this treatment and why it is important. I see here it has to do with inflammation of the lungs, which I think is one of those top symptoms for those who end up in the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely. The vaccine is certainly something we're talking a lot now, and there's part of the solution to the problem, but it's not going to eliminate the disease. Many people may not be protected with the vaccine. There are the variants also. The second dose is important. Some people, for a reason, may not be taking the vaccine. And COVID is a worldwide pandemic. Therefore, this problem is not only in Quebec and in Canada, but we have to remind people that we need a solution that is affordable. And this trial is about a treatment called Dapsone that is very well known. It's been used for more than 50 years. We know the safety profile, and it has all the features that could be effective to prevent this inflammatory storm that is the most important complication leading to hospitalization, intensive care unit, mechanical ventilation, and death. The treatment of the disease is as important than the vaccine, and we should not forget that part of the solution.
Yeah, of course. And Dr. Bourbeau, when you think about, what happens to people that end up in the hospital and then end up in the ICU and their outcomes, finding an effective treatment for those people, it must be absolute paramount for you and your team.
Absolutely, and there is very few treatments, and most of them are quite expensive that can be given to patients as outpatient. And this is where this study and this treatment may have an interesting place where patients have COVID, they are symptomatic, they are in a high-risk group of having the complication because of their age, because of other medical conditions. And therefore, this study will assess if we can prevent these complications by using, this is a generic drug, by the way. Therefore, it's going to be affordable and not the price by antiviral medication, monoclonal treatment that have been approved in some countries now. They're quite expensive and certainly not to be used on a general base, and not affordable in many other countries in the world that can't even afford the vaccine.
We're with Dr. Jean Bourbeau from the MUHC talking about phase 3 clinical trial of a treatment for COVID-19, and particularly inflammation of the lungs. So, Dr. Bourbeau, what are the initial returns here? Is this treatment working? What are you seeing?
The Research Institute of the MUHC is sponsoring and leading this randomized clinical trial that has been Health Canada and FDA approved, which is one of the rare therapeutic trials initiated in Canada that have been FDA approved. And we're starting in Canada. There's going to be sites in USA over the summer, and we are also going to do the study in other countries where the disease is quite important right now. And if the result of that study by the fall is show the benefit, then we are probably going to go fast track, and have this medication available by the end of the year, hopefully. Then obviously it's going to depend on the recruitment, but we intend to go to other countries that are desperately need not only a vaccine but treatment, and show that this treatment might be a solution. And that's what this study is needed.
Dr. Bourbeau, one last question. I keep hearing that the people who are ending up in the hospital now, overwhelming majority are those without vaccines. Is that what you are seeing?
It seems yes at this point, but people should not forget that even though we are hoping there won't be another wave, the variants, and now we're dealing with the Delta variant from UK, and as soon we're going to have the second vaccine, but who knows? This disease is probably here to stay. A vaccine is going to be absolutely needed, and I think we're doing extremely well in Canada, but they're still going to be needed for treatment. And some people vulnerable may not have the same response to the vaccine. And obviously, people who are not taking the vaccine would certainly encourage everyone to take the vaccine. This is the first step to protect yourself and protect the whole society. Again, COVID is a worldwide disease. Vaccines are needed in many other countries. A billion of vaccine will be needed. And the treatment is also needed for outpatient, and we hope this treatment we're offering in the study will offer that solution in Canada, in North America, and worldwide.
I wish you success in that endeavor. Dr. Jean Bourbeau is director of the McConnell Center of Innovative Medicine at the Research Institute of the MUHC. But what